Hey, it's Jeff Walker, and we were just going through some numbers from our business. I saw a really cool stat that we had people buy from us, new clients come to us from 66 different countries. And it just amazes me the kind of global reach that I have, that my company has. You know, I'm still running the thing for the most part, running it out of my home. And here I am reaching 66 different countries around the world. And the odds are that if you have an online business, that it's pretty much the same for you. You know, the growth in connectivity, the growth on the internet, of mobile, is all outside the US. You know, the US is sort of a mature market in terms of people coming online. And so all that growth is around the world. And it works both ways. There's people starting businesses around the world that can reach into the US. And so, you know, I was born and raised here in the US, and I know I can be it's just natural. I'm going to be somewhat US centric in my thoughts and my actions and my words, but I'm always very cognizant that we've got people around the world. In fact, the very first sale I ever made way back, this was late 96, early 97, was from a gentleman in Switzerland. And you know, when I made that first of all, I couldn't believe that someone would actually buy something from me. It was like, I put out this offer on the internet, I sent it out via email, and someone writes into me and says, "Hey Jeff, I'm sending you a check," because back then I didn't have the capability of taking credit cards. "I'm sending you a check," and it was coming from Switzerland, so I couldn't believe it. I don't think at that point I'd never even been outside the US. Well, maybe Mexico and Canada I've been to, but outside of that. So in any case, right from the very beginning, I knew this was an international business, and it just keeps on expanding. You know, if I look at my clients last year, 40% of them were from outside the US. And then if I look at PLF Live, you know, my live event that I do once a year, 40% of the attendees were from outside the US. And I'm talking from all over. I mean, the event was in Arizona here, and we had people from New Zealand, from Japan, from Australia, from Brazil, from all over the place. 40% of my attendees at my live event were from outside the US. 40% of the people in my high-end platinum group that come to be with me 3 times a year, they travel to me 3 times a year, from outside the US. So I mean, it's pretty remarkable how global my business is, and it's that way for most businesses. I mean, there's a few businesses like some like real estate. Like real estate's more of a local type of thing. So I know a lot of people are selling information about real estate here in the US. Most of their information is going to be for people in the US because of the way laws work. So there are some markets like that. But if you even go back at that first client I ever had from Switzerland, that was for a product about the US stock market. So we're living in a global world, and your clients are global, your prospects are global, and becoming increasingly more global. So you got to keep that in mind. One of the things you got to do is you got to watch out for, you know, having too much slang or too many American analogies. Like you'll very rarely see me use sports analogies about like American football, because American football is basically here in the US. There aren't that many people that are into it outside the US. I know there are some, but yeah, so you have to watch your slang, your colloquialisms, you just have to watch the analogies you use. You have to watch if you're sending out a notice about the July 4th holiday in the US and happy July 4th, you have to remember that only about 60% of your people will it be relevant for. So just remember. And another thing we're doing is like Product Launch Formula, my core product. We now have it licensed in Brazil, and it's being produced a Portuguese language for Brazil. We also have another licensed version in Japan. I know in saying this, I'll get a lot of people saying, "Jeff, I'm from such and such a country, I want to license it." And I will tell you, we're very, very careful about, and we usually have a long-standing relationship with our licensees. But yeah, that's another thing we're doing. I mean, it's a global market. And it's so exciting that any one of us can reach a global market. Both people in the US can reach outside the US, but people outside the US can also market into the US. And we're seeing that over and over. So it's just an incredibly exciting time that someone can start a business from scratch, think of something in their mind, and literally from the ether, working from their home, be able to reach a global marketplace. It's absolutely amazing. So if you're watching this video anywhere else besides jeffwalker.com, head over there. That's all the action is. And hit that thumbs up button, that thumbs down button, hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's go get them this week.